Okay, everyone, whoever have prepared and share into the group, I have checked it quickly. Okay, and I know like it's a good. Okay, cool. So let's proceed with the next stuff. Let me start my screen sharing. Mhm. Okay, so can you guys see my screen, everyone? Is it visible?
It's loading, sir.
Slowly.
Yeah,
Yes,
now visible, sir.
Yes, sir,
yes, sir.
visible.
Okay. So we started with the STLC stuff. Okay, and we discuss about what requirement. We discuss about the test plan. Okay, then we are into the test case development. Let me note it down first. Okay, cool. So we are discussing about the test cases. So here first we'll discuss about the scenarios. Correct, guys? Test the scenarios. So anyone is having doubt regarding the test scenario, how to prepare it, what is the test scenario? Anyone is having still, anyone is having doubt? Yes, no? Quickly tell me, guys. Anyone is having doubt here? Okay, cool. Okay, so let's discuss it again. Okay, and now we will discuss about this application. Okay, so let's say that okay, we want to test this, or we want to what prepare a test scenario for testing this application. Okay, so in real time, okay, there will be some specific requirement, and for that we have to prepare a scenario. Okay, but assume that this is our real time application. Okay, and for this we want to prepare some of the test scenarios. So how exactly we can prepare it? Okay, I will showcase to you guys. Okay, cool. So let me resize my screen so I can share into way. Just a minute. Parallelly, I can showcase into splitting the screen. Okay, let me share like that only. Okay, cool. So here you can see that okay, that is like a demo.open card. Okay, I'm sharing the what URL into your chat box. Okay, you guys can also open it. Okay, if you want. Okay, cool. So here you can see that okay, we are having some of the functionalities. Let's say that this is like that what we are calling, guys. Let's say that this is like top side. We can see this option like this bar. Okay, this is in grayed out color. The top whatever options we can see that what we are calling that in technical way. What is the technical name of this top?
Header.
Navigation bar.
Header. Okay, so remember that in every application we are having what header and footer. Header is what in the top whatever things we can see. Okay, that is a header, and if I scroll it down and in the last whatever you can see that we are calling is what footer. Okay, so header and footer. Okay, so this kind of actual technical technical words you guys need to remember. Okay, while preparing your scenarios. Okay, or whatever activities. Okay, so that is about our header. Okay, now in the header side, okay, you can see okay this bar, okay, this what grayed out color. Okay, so here in this header, okay, that color is nothing but it's in grayed out. Okay, so that will be also as part of your requirement. You have to check it because this will just differentiate between the header to other option. Okay, so in the header, okay, we can verify the color also. I think I have told you guys we need to prepare the UI related scenarios also. Correct. Being as QA, we have to verify everything, functionalities, UI, data, everything. So we have to verify. So first we can verify the what header color. Okay, in the header, what is the background color we are having it. Okay. Now the second thing is like what all options we are displaying into the header. Guys, just go on mute. Gautam, just go on mute. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now in the header, okay, whatever options we can see, right? Whatever options we want to display, that also we want to verify. Okay. So in scenario wise, we can what update the UI of this particular header. Okay. So in this header, we can see that okay, currency option is there, then phone, then my account, then wish list. Okay. Likewise, we are having all the options. So we can prepare a scenario like okay, verify that okay, in the header we can display or we can see the currency option, caller ID, my account, wish list, shopping cart, and checkout. Okay. So whether this all those options is displaying or not. Okay. So that scenario we can prepare it. Okay. Moving further, okay, now we can prepare a scenario for each and every functionality. So the here first we are having the currency. Okay. So I can say that verify that okay, clicking on currency should display the three option. It should, right? Because we have to check it. Okay, currency is there, but inside that, what are options we are having that we want to verify. Okay, so here as a part of your scenario, you can mention it. Okay, like verify that under the currency we can see this euro, pound sterling, okay, and US dollar, three options. Okay, so that will be part of your scenario. Okay, moving further, we can make a scenario for what this caller. Okay, verify that okay, in the caller option, okay, we can see this icon, this call icon. Can you guys see that small icon is there? So that icon is displaying or not. Okay, along with that, that number is displaying or not. Okay, moving further, we can validate the UI for this. Okay, verify the my account functionalities, or we can the my account UI. Okay, verify that my account is displaying with this icon, because this all things will be developed by our developers, so we have to check it whether this is a correct icon or not. That also we have to check it. Okay, verify that clicking on my account should display the two option, register and the login. So that will be another scenario. Okay, verify that my wish list is showing with this icon. Okay, and in the bracket we can see that number of the wish list we have added it. Okay, so by default it should be 0. Correct, guys? By default it's a displaying as a 0, but whenever we will edit that count will be keep on increasing. So that also we can verify that okay, shopping cart okay with this icon, that is also part of your UI. Okay, verify the checkout okay with this icon. So these are all like UI related test scenario. Okay, now coming to the what functionality, like we have to check the each and every functionality also. So how we can do that? Verify that clicking on currency okay, and selecting on the particular currency should what convert the current value with the selected value. So means current currency with the selected currency. So that is your functionality. Okay, so as of now you can see that everything is showing in the dollar, but here we want to verify that selecting the euro okay currency should what reflect for every product. Okay, now if that currency changes the euro, so that is all the functionality. Similar way, we can write it for the all these three currencies. Select the each currency and check it whether the conversion is happening or not. Okay, so that is your functional test case. Sorry, functional test scenario. Okay. Now here we are having call options. Verify that clicking on call button should open the call tab. Okay, or it should navigate to the contact us page wherever it's navigating. Okay, so that is your part of your functionality. Verify that clicking on my account. Okay, or we can say that verify that user is able to register on this particular application. So here we can verify that we as a user able to click on the register functionality. First we have to go to this page. Okay, miss, because one of the functionalities there, click is like one of the functionality. So when I will click on it, it should navigate to the registration page. Okay, so that is a functionality. Now inside the registration page, whatever options you can see that, like you can create a account. Okay, or you can check the various combination, valid invalid combination. Okay, so that we can what mention it is a part of what our test scenario. Login functionality, verify that user is able to log in, but here as a part of login, again we can get a lot of scenarios, different combination. Okay, so that is your part of functional test cases, or sorry, functional test scenarios. Clear, everyone? All of you understanding this? Okay, so
Yes,
that's
sir.
actually you guys need to prepare a test scenario. Okay, and remember that whenever you're preparing test scenario for any of the application, then try to think in zigzag way. A zigzag means what? Start from the top, go to the right side. Okay, then again come back to the next option, then again prepare it for all the options, then again come back. Okay, so likewise in zigzag way we have to what, check all the functionality and we can prepare our test scenario. Zigzag means what? Go to the all the top options, again come back to the next tab, okay, or next option, then again look around the what are the options we are having for this particular line. Okay, again come back, okay, and again prepare it. So likewise, easily you can prepare all the quality number of test scenario for the particular application or particular feature. Clear everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is what your test scenarios. Okay. Now we discuss about the test scenario. So how we can prepare it, that I will showcase in real time. Okay, like in real time, how exactly we guys are preparing it. Okay, so assume that this is our real time application, or assume that this is like mockups. Okay, here let's assume that this application is not yet developed. We are having just a mockups. Mockups means what? UI, look and feel. Okay, now with referring this look and feel, you need to prepare what your test scenario. Okay, so how exactly you can prepare it, I will showcase. So here just assume that this is your mockups or wireframes, or we can say that look and feel of the application. Okay. Now to prepare it, yes, we have to go into the Excel sheet, because in real time, right? Okay, almost every companies are using Excel sheet. Okay, guys. In some companies, you may get a tool like TestRail, QTest, okay, or some of the tools we are having it. Okay, but almost most of the test engineer, they are preferring the Excel sheet. Why? Because it's easy to prepare. Okay, with using the Excel sheet, okay, we can take a less time for preparing the scenarios. Okay, and also we can easily prepare it. Okay, so likewise, we can use the Excel sheet for preparing a test scenario. So how to prepare it? Let me showcase you guys. So for preparing a test scenario, we are getting a proper template. Okay, so just note it down if you guys want to note down the template of the test scenario. So here we can say that serial number will be there. Then here TS ID. TS ID is nothing but what? Test scenario ID. Okay, guys, remember this. That also we have to update it. TS test scenario ID. Next will be what? Story ID, or we can say that requirement ID. Okay, that you will get it to your Jira account. Okay, or whenever the stories were now will be created, so you will be getting specific ID. So that ID also we have to put it. Then here we are having what? Test scenario. Test scenario. Okay, so that is what here. Okay, so that is a template of what preparing a test scenario. Okay, like in companies we can in real time, some of the companies are using some other template, but these are like most common template, we can say that. Okay, so if you want to do the formatting stuff, you can do it. You can put some color and all. Okay, you can make it as some proper border sheet. Okay, like border cells, you can add it like this. Okay, cool. So that is the template of the test scenario. Clear everyone? Serial number, test scenario ID, story ID, and test scenario. Okay. Now let's say that okay, we want to prepare a test scenario for what? This header page. Okay. This header. Okay. In this application, we are having a header like currency. Okay. So I will just mention the UI scenario first. Okay. Like verify the UI of the header functionalities, or header option. Verify the UI of the header function. Okay. Or header option. So that will be my first scenario. So here what I can do, I can go here, I can write 01 test scenario ID. It will be like TS01. Okay. Now here my requirement ID. So assume that there is some requirement ID. Okay. I'm just mentioning like something header underscore something 001. Okay. So assume that this is our requirement ID for our header page. Okay, just assume like this, because this all is specific, this will be we will be getting from the Jira account. Okay, or into our story ID, requirement ID, it will be there. So I'm just putting as a what? Header 001. Okay, just to explain you guys. Now here we can add our test scenario. So how I can do that? I can mention that verify the UI of the header option. Okay, okay guys, means in the header, whatever options we are having, that UI we want to verify. So I'm just mentioning verify the UI of the header. Okay, I can just mention it header also, or header options, anything is fine. Okay, so that is my first test scenario. Now I can prepare for the next scenario like TS02. Okay, now in the header you can see that okay, we are having some of the functionalities like currency and all. Okay, so I can mention that verify the what UI of the currency. Okay, or we can say that verify that okay, clicking on currency should display all these three options. Okay, Gautam, just go on mute please. Yeah, okay, so my next scenario is like okay, my what first scenario is like prepare, I will be verifying the header. Now second scenario is like verify that clicking on currency should display this three option. Okay, so that is my next scenario. So again I can go back into my Excel sheet. I can prepare the, like, I can give the same, like, requirement ID is same, or we can change it. Okay, but again, it depends on the story ID. So I can mention that verify that, okay, clicking on, okay, or we can say that verify the, okay, clicking on currency option should display 3 currency. Okay, 3 currency option. Okay, so that is my second scenario. Okay, similar way I can go for the next scenario. Okay, requirement I'm adding, just putting like the same for now. Okay, I can mention that verify the what, verify that, okay, clicking on phone number should navigate to where? Can someone tell me where it got navigated? Navigate to
Contact us.
contact us patch. Okay, now next word, similar way I can write other scenario. Okay, okay, verify that clicking on register should display, oh sorry, verify that clicking on my account should display what? Register and login option. Correct? All of you agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so that is my test scenario for this functionality. Okay, currency I'm displaying. Okay, 3 options is displaying. It should click on this, it should navigate to there. Okay, because you will be having requirement knowledge. Okay, because as a test engineer, I have told you guys, we have to understand the requirement. So if you know the requirement, then easily you can mention it, like, okay, if you will perform this, then what will happen? Okay, if you know the requirement. If you don't know the requirement, then you will also get confused. Okay, so that's why we need to understand the requirement first. If I do this action, what all things will happen? This all the, like, a part of our requirement understanding. Okay, so I have prepared till here. Okay, now we have prepared what? Test the scenario. So anyone is having doubt, like, how to prepare the test scenario? Anyone?
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
In real time, like we don't have any applications, right? We have to write the set scenario on the basis of SRS or else BDR. So how does it work there?
In real time, you will be getting a requirement. Okay. In real time, there will be proper requirement. Let's say that. Let me open my Jira account. You know about the mockups? Real time mockups will be there. Wireframes will be there. Okay. In the wireframes, okay, you can go to that, you can understand it. Okay. Or in real time, we will have the requirement. Okay. So let's say that I'm putting one requirement here. It's loading, yeah. So what we have to select for creating a requirement story. Okay, now here it will be, let's say that header functionality. Okay, I'm just putting like header, the requirements, I'm like header functionality, header feature. Okay, something like that. Okay, so that is my requirement details, requirement summary. Okay, now as a part of description, here you will be having the acceptance criteria. I think we have already discussed about it, if I'm not wrong. Acceptance criteria. Okay, so in this acceptance criteria, all the requirement will be defined properly. Okay, acceptance criteria, and here they will mention that, okay, like first, okay, should display, okay, or we can say that header option should have grayed out background, something I'm just saying. Okay, grayed out by DG color. Okay, that is our requirement. So our developers will go to that, accordingly they will implement second that. Okay, in header, okay, need to implement currency. Okay, then what? Calling option, my account. Okay, then wish list. Okay, then checkout. Okay, or add to cart is there, I think checkout. Okay, so that will be part of your header. Okay, and here mention that, okay, currency option should have what, euro, dollar, okay, and one more thing is what,
Pound.
pound. Okay, pound. What is the pound? Currency option. Okay, and clicking on that, okay, users can select any currency. Okay, so I'm just writing like this, okay, because there will be like BA and all, okay, they will be writing a proper requirement. Okay, so I'm just giving like in real time such kind of requirement or acceptance criteria you will be having it. Okay, so if you will read this acceptance criteria, this requirement details, okay, and if you will go through the mockups, okay, the UI, if you will follow these two documents, then easily you can understand the requirement. Correct, guys? All of you agree or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Easy, right? Okay, if you know this requirement details, okay, and if you are having the mock-up that look and feel how exactly it will look like, then with combining these two document, these two requirement document mock-ups, like easily you can understand the requirement. Okay, now after understanding it, it's my responsibility to come up with the test scenarios. Okay, means parallelly developers will be writing a code and all, okay, and same time you will be writing your test scenarios. Okay, so let's say that this is our what, our, what is the current sprint name? This is the current sprint name. Okay, so I'm just creating it. Okay, so assume that this requirement it is there, okay, in this our agile board, okay, or because under the sprint, current sprint. Okay, now here developers are in progress, means they are developing it. Okay, so the same time for this requirement ID, okay, or this particular functionality, you will be writing a test scenarios, okay, and the test cases all the same time. Okay, guys, because this feature is in under development. Okay, and during that time you have to come up with your test scenario. Means what all things you can test for this particular requirement. Okay, so that all things you will be preparing as a QA. Okay, because once you will get it into the QA status, right, then you have to start with your actual testing, but before that you have to have proper document. Okay, so this is my requirement. Okay, and this is my requirement ID. If you can see that NQ2-5, that is nothing but requirement ID. Okay, here I have just mentioned what, header 01 something I have mentioned, right? Okay, so we can replace that with the proper story ID, proper requirement ID. Clear, guys? Okay, so that is like real time. In real time, this kind of activities we have to do it. Okay, cool. So what we have done, we have prepare some test scenario for this specific requirement. Okay, so anyone is having doubt how to come up with the test scenario? Anyone?
Hello, sir.
Yes, go on.
Sir, the format of test scenarios is same or it varied company to company?
Almost it will be same. Okay, but in some companies we can add some more like extra tab. Let's say that here I can add about, okay, title of requirement. Okay, the title of the requirement is nothing but what, here whatever title I have given, right, this header feature, can you see that? This is my requirement ID and this is my header feature, that is nothing but title of the requirement. Okay, so if you want to give more, then you can add this.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so here you can add that header feature, that is nothing but title of the requirement if you want to add. Okay, that's it. Okay, but I can say that in 90% companies the same same format will be there. Okay, or you can follow your own template also. Okay, clear? But remember this is like a most commonly used template. Okay, this is not required. If you want to add, then you can add it. Okay, let's say that you are preparing for the about multiple record, you are preparing a scenario for the multiple requirement, so like you can add this title of the requirement also, so it will be easy to understand. Okay, let's say that here I'm preparing for a header. Okay, now my next requirement is for something registration. Okay, so I can add this registration feature. I can provide this what story ID. Let's say that story ID is nothing but what, registration 002 something. Okay, so likewise, we can distinguish our scenario also. Means under the same sheet, okay, we can add all the scenarios. because you will be part of the same project. Okay, so and you will be working over the same functionality which our developers are implementing. Okay, so you can prepare a scenario into the same sheet also, and here you can add a title of your requirement. Okay, that's how you can distinguish. Okay, this scenario, this all the scenarios related to this header feature and the registration feature for this many scenarios. So likewise we can have it. Okay, clear? So that is about our test scenario preparation. Anyone is having doubt? No, looks good. Cool. Okay. So the test scenario is nothing but what, guys? Okay, it's like one-liner statement, like what exactly we want to test. So that is nothing but test scenario. Correct? What to test on this particular functionality that we are calling as a test scenario. Okay. What all functionality, what all UI we can check it. Okay, that we are calling is what test scenario. Okay, or we can say that what all different possibility we are having for testing this particular feature. For that we can prepare a test scenarios. Okay, clear? So that is what our test scenario. Okay, now next thing is like, okay, we know that, okay, that is our test scenario, like, okay, to, and this is just a one-liner statement, only one line is there, like, okay, we want to verify the UI, but how we can verify it, that also we have to define it properly, yes or no? Okay, I'm just mentioning that, okay, we will validate the UI, but how exactly we are going to validate it. Okay, verify that, here it's saying that clicking on currency option should display the 3 currency. This is just one liner statement. Okay, this is the things I want to verify, but how I can verify that also we have to keep it somewhere, yes or no? So that all things actually we are going to prepare into our test cases. That is, this is what our test scenario. Okay, now let's discuss about test cases. Okay, so I'm just copying this one scenario for now. Okay, I'm just copying this and I will put into my whiteboard. So let me remove some stuff and we will discuss about the test cases now. Okay, so let's say that this is my test scenario. Okay, everyone, this is for my some requirement is there. Okay, and this is my test scenario. Okay, like verify that clicking on currency option should display the 3 currency. Okay, that is my scenario, and this is nothing but what to test. Okay, that is nothing but test scenario we are saying that. Okay, what to test is nothing but about test scenario. Okay, that is okay. Now, can you guys tell me, like, okay, to validate this particular scenario, do we need to follow any of the steps, or do we need to follow any of the action? Let's say that I'm an end user. Okay, let's say that you are a tester. Okay, and you know that okay, you are having a test scenario. Okay, now to test this, do you need to follow any of the proper steps? Is it required if you really want to test it?
Yes, sir. We have to.
You have to. What about others? Do you need to go follow any of the proper steps, or steps is not required?
So it is required, I think.
Is that required?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Yes, we have to mention the proper steps also. Okay, I'm mentioning that, okay, verify that clicking on currency should display these 3 options. Okay, but how exactly I can get this 3 currency option? Okay, for that definitely we will follow some of the proper steps. Okay, so here you can see that this is my test scenario. Now we are saying that, okay, to validate this particular test scenario, we need to follow some of the steps. Okay, so can someone tell me the exact steps? What kind of exact steps we can follow for what? This test scenario?
We will click
Log
on
into URL first.
Click on URL. Exact steps. Just tell me the exact steps.
we click on currency.
Okay, that we will do it. Before that, do you need to do anything?
You have to be open at the browser, sir.
We have to, correct, guys?
URL.
Open that www.demo.open.com. Yes or no? We have to, right?
Yes, sir.
Without opening, how we can validate it? As I have told you guys, we have to think about the exact steps. Okay, whatever steps you need to follow, that exact steps you need to note it down. So the first step is what? We have to open this particular application. Okay, if you'll open it, then what next? What is the next step after opening it? What next we need to follow?
Click on currency option.
Correct. Click on currency option. That only 2 steps is required, right? Yes or no, guys? See that here our
Yes, sir.
application is there. Okay, what I will do, if I want to check it whether exactly this currency is there or not, I will open this. Okay, that is my first step. Okay, and the second step is like I have to click on the currency. Okay, if I do this 2 action, then I can get the all these 3 currencies. Means this is the exact steps we are having it. Okay, means to validate the particular test scenario. Okay, where it is. Okay, to validate this particular test scenario, we need to follow proper steps, and that step is nothing but what? Open the URL and click on the currency option. Correct. So this is the 2 steps we need to follow if you want to verify this particular test scenarios. Correct. So that is what is steps. Okay. Now after writing a steps, okay, definitely you will have some expectation. Okay, means after writing a second steps, you will be having some of the expectation. So what is your expectation here? What is your expectation, guys?
It should show currency three options. Like those three options.
Okay, any other answer? What is our expectation here with following these 2 steps? What is the expectation we are having it?
It should
For
display
first
top
step,
currency
the
options, sir.
open
Currency homepage will open.
Currency homepage? No.
You should
for
display.
first step. For
No,
step
so
number
after
1,
step-
open card homepage should be displayed.
Okay. Okay.
Then for step number 2, in that homepage there should be an option called currency.
Yes. Click on currency option. Okay. See that I have opened this. Okay. I have opened this. Okay. Now it's saying my second step is saying that click on currency. Okay. I'm clicking on currency. So here, what is my expectation?
It should display
Display
the
all the
Windows
currency
also
options.
3 options.
Different currency should be displayed.
Yes, it should display the 3 currency option. Correct, guys? It should display the 3 option. Okay. When I will click on it, then it should display this 3 options. So that is my expectation. Why I'm following this step? Because I want to get some, I'm having some of the expectation. For that reason, I'm following these steps. Okay. So when I will follow this step, then definitely I will get these particular options. Okay. Because my scenario is saying the same thing. What is the scenario saying that? Verify that clicking on currency option should display the 3 currency. Okay. So when you will click on this currency, definitely you will be able to see that, means that is your requirement, means you should be able to see that particular 3 currency, sorry. Okay. So what is your expectation here? Okay. Currency option should display with 3 option. Okay. And what is that? Dollar, euro, and pound. Correct, guys? That is only that is our expectation, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can see that this is my test scenario. This is like just a one-liner statement. Okay, but if you really want to test this particular test scenario, okay, or you want to validate it, so for that you are following some of the steps. Like if you will follow this first and second step, then you can fulfill or you can verify this particular test scenario. So what I have done, I have mentioned some of the steps. Okay, and according to these steps, okay, I'm having some of the expectation. Correct. So you can see that, okay, that is nothing but what? How to test. Okay, how to test, that only I'm describing it here. Okay, to test this particular scenario, that is what to test is my test scenario, but how we are going to test the particular test scenario. So for that I have to mention the proper steps and proper expected result. Okay, a proper expectation I have to keep it. Okay, so these steps and whatever expectation or details I'm saying it, these all things we have to document it under our test cases. Okay, we will discuss about it, don't worry. Okay, first what we have prepared, our test scenario document. Okay, now based on this test scenario, we need to come up with the test cases. Okay, and the test case is nothing but what? How to test the particular test scenario. Okay, that is the test cases. Okay, guys, for testing the each and every scenario, we need to follow some of the steps, and with following these steps, we will be getting some of the expected result. Okay, so these all things basically we have to prepare under test cases. Okay, so test case is nothing but what? It's a document. Basically, test case is one of the document where we have to mention some of the information, okay, and with referring those details, okay, we need to validate the particular test scenario. Okay, means how we are going to test this particular scenario. So for that, we need to prepare what test cases. Okay, it's a document, okay, to verify the each scenario step by steps. We have to verify the each scenario, and with following these steps, we have to get our expected result. Okay, so these all things actually is part of your test cases. So I will showcase you guys how to prepare the test cases. Okay, so for preparing a test cases, we are having some specific template. So let me showcase. So this is our test scenario. I hope it's clear to all. And this, you can see that it's a just one-liner statement. What exactly we want to verify. So for that, we have prepared a test scenario. Okay, but now you will see that how we can test the each and every scenario. So for that, we need to prepare what test cases. Okay, to test the each and every scenario, okay, we need to prepare what test cases. So for that, let me add one more sheet here in the same file. So here I'm just mentioning the test cases, and yes, to prepare the test cases, yes, we need to follow the proper template also. Okay, for the test scenario, test cases also, we are having a proper template. So that template is nothing but what? Here we can say that serial number again. We are having what? Test TCID. Okay, so here you will get what TCID, that is number test case ID. Okay, then here we will get a description. The description is nothing but what test scenario. I will explain, don't worry. Here as of now, I'm just writing it, but in real time, no need to write it. Okay, I'm just to explain you guys, I'm writing description, but actually this description is nothing but it's a test scenario. Okay, let me minimize a little bit. Yeah, so that is my extra tab. Then we will be having what precondition. Oh, sorry, priority. Okay, then precondition. Okay, then we are having what test data. Then we are having what steps or action, we can say that. We are having what expected result. We are having what actual result. And then finally we will have the status. Okay, so let me just put it in proper way. Okay, I'm just giving some color. Okay, so this is what our test case template. Okay guys, to prepare a word test scenario, we need to follow this template. Okay, and with following this test scenario template, okay, we can prepare all the test scenario, which is just one-liner statement. Okay, one-liner statement about what to verify. Okay, but to verify the each and every scenario, we need to prepare a test cases. Okay, and this is the template of the test cases. Okay, so test cases is about the document where we need to verify the each scenario as a step by steps. Okay, and with following these steps, okay, we will have our expectation, like we will expect something. So these all things we have to document it properly under test case document. Okay, so in interview they may ask this, that is a default interview question. What is the template of your test cases? So template is nothing but what you have to tell about this column name. Okay, in no one will ask you about the test scenario, but definitely in test cases they may ask about the test case template. Okay, so you have to explain this. Okay, in the test case template, we are having the serial number, test case area, description, priority, precondition, test data, steps, expected result, actual, and the status. Okay, or they may ask you the question like what kind of template your company is following. Okay, so you can explain this. Okay, everyone. So this is what test case template. Okay, so now what we have to do, like we have to convert our test scenario into the test cases. Okay, here we have just mentioned the scenarios. Okay, what to test it by test the scenario, but how we are going to test the each and every scenario. So for that we need to prepare what test cases. So how to convert this test scenario into the test cases, I will showcase you guys. Okay, so you can see that this is our first scenario, that is nothing but what verify the UI of the header. Okay, so I'm just copying this. Okay, this is my first test scenario, and this scenario I want to convert into the test cases, like how to test this specific scenario. So for that I want to prepare what test cases. So I will go to my test case document and I will just paste it here. Okay, so that is my test scenario. I can put the serial number is what 01, then test case ID is nothing but TCID. Okay, remember that test case always it should start with a 01. Okay, TC01. Now here we are having a priority, and also these things we will discuss later. So I'm just highlighting in some different color for now. Okay, we will discuss later point. Now here you can see that steps or actions, we can see that. Okay, so now to validate this particular scenario, okay, definitely I need to follow some of the steps. Okay, so what are those steps are there, guys? If you want to verify the UI of this particular header, okay, under that application you want to verify the header options or header. Okay, so what steps you will follow? Can someone tell me steps?
Click on that link.
What link?
That
Sorry, tell me how you can verify this UI.
click on demo of onecard.com.
Click on means what you want to say?
Open
Where-
the application.
We have to
Open the
it.
URL on the browser.
Where I have to click? How to click? We have to open it first, right?
First of all, we have to open the URL.
We have to open the URL. Okay, so open the URL. Okay, that is my first steps. Okay, so I will go here. I will mention that is my step number 1. Okay, I have to mention the open the URL, and that URL is nothing but what this. Okay, in real time you guys can know, type the QA environment URL. Okay, in the QA environment definitely we will get a proper URL for the QA. Okay, so that URL you guys can keep it. Okay, here. So that is my first steps. Okay, now second step is saying that, okay, we have to verify the UI. So I'm just mentioning that. Okay, verify the UI of header. Okay, why? Because it's like manual scenarios, like manual test cases. Okay, like manually you have to verify it. Okay, as a test engineer. Okay, so I'm just mentioning that now verify the UI of the header. Means what? I have opened this application. Okay, now I want to verify, or now we need to verify the UI. Okay, so that is my second steps. If you will perform this 2 action, then you will be able to verify the UI. Yes or no? Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
now this is the 2 steps we need to follow it. Okay, now with following these 2 steps, definitely you are expecting something. What is our expectation here? What is our expectation?
Application should open.
Okay, application should open. What next? Application should get open. Okay, for our first step. Okay, second steps. What is your expectation here? If you want to verify the UI, then what are you expecting?
Make sure that what are the headers will be there, it should be work properly.
Not UI. Work means what? Action.
Action.
Yes, means yeah, sorry. Functionality. If you want to verify that, for that we are having separate test scenarios. Okay, but here I just want to verify the look and feel. Look and feel. How we can observe with by just seeing the
So the
UI.
color
Right?
should be displayed
Their background color and so.
Okay, background color.
as
What
per the
else?
requirement. As per the requirement.
What else?
Alignments.
What else? Verify the UI of the header. Okay, let me open the application. Okay, I'm saying that verify the header of this particular UI. Okay, now tell me, like, as a part of header, what all things you can verify? What all things you can check?
Currency.
Okay,
Then phone number.
Number, my account.
My
which
account.
is-
this only we have to see, right? UI means what look and feel. Okay, means whether it's a displaying or not. Okay, so here I can say that verify the background color of this header, verify that currency option, verify that phone number, verify this, that is part of our UI. Okay, so I can mention is this is my expectation. Background color should be in the grayed out color, currency option should display, this option this should display, my account should display. So these all are my expectation, correct guys? So these all expectations stuff we have to write it under this expected result. Okay, so I can mention that. Okay, I can write it like first. Okay, because multiple things we are going to verify. Okay, like multiple expectation I'm having from this particular step. So I'm just putting in the 1 2 3. Okay, header should display in gray color. Okay, gray background color. Okay, that is my first things I want to verify. Second, what I want to verify that, okay, currency option should display on header left corner. Okay, then what next?
Phone number.
Phone number should display. Okay, that is my third. Then what?
My account.
My account option should display. Means whatever things I want to, I'm expecting it. So those are expectation. We need to write it here. Okay. Then wish list. Okay. And what? Wish list and checkout should display with icon. Okay, you can add icon also. Okay, because icon is also there. So here icon will also come, and here also. Correct, guys. So if you want to verify the UI, then with this UI, right, you are expecting this all the things. Correct? Because in the requirements mention the same thing. A requirement is saying that in the header we want to display all this thing. Okay, and here you want to verify the UI. Okay, so likewise, okay, whatever things you want to validate right in the header, so that will be part of your expected result. Getting my point, guys?
So,
Sorry.
sir, I want to ask one thing.
Yes.
So, means each and every minute informations are to be written.
Yes. Yes. Whatever things you want to validate, right? Whatever things you are expecting, everything you have to keep it.
Okay.
Okay, because we are a QA, we have to check the each and everything. You can't say like that. Okay, it's a displaying. Okay, miss. You can't say like that. I think developers have already implemented, so I have to verify. Okay, so you can't say like that. Okay, we have to check the each and every things. Okay, each and every features, each and every icon, UI, everything we have to test it. Okay, because during the development time, right, developers are doing a lot of mistakes. Okay, they will do a lot of mistakes. You will get a lot of defects. When you will get a defect, if you are having this all the scenarios. Just a minute, guys. Just a minute. Someone is came to my home. Just a minute. Hey, hello, sorry. Okay. So remember that. Okay,
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
As a tester, do we need to test the dimension and position too, or front end team they will do that? I mean the length of the header, width of the header. In the header, currency option should be in 20 centimeter from right.
No, these all things we are not
15
going to
centimeter.
check. These all things we will just check it whether it's a displaying or not, whether these all options is coming or not. Okay. If the length and all, let's say that something is overlapping means, let's say that two links or two fields are there, they are overlapping with each other. So these all things we can validate. Okay, but what is the size of this particular search field? Okay, or the this particular width or height of this particular icon? Okay, this button. These all things we are not going to check. Okay, because these all things will be done during our about designing phase time. Client will verify it. Okay, or someone will be there. Okay, if the project is implementing from the scratch, then someone should be there. Okay, who is going to check all this length and all. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. In real time, we can do the UI testing also. Like there will be a dedicated UI tester. Okay, who will be doing what UI of the each and everything. Okay. But as a functional test engineer, we have to focus on like whether it's a displaying or not, whether that option is coming or not. Okay, if it's coming, then we can go next. Okay, first a UI, then functionality. Okay, but something awkward you are feeling like say that something is not coming, so the icon is not coming. So these all things you can observe it. Okay, and you can inform to the developers. Okay, but in these all things will be keeping like we can keep into our test cases document. Okay, what exactly we want to validate from each scenario. So for that we can prepare what test cases. Okay, so the test case is nothing but what? To validate the each scenario, we have to follow the proper steps. Okay, and with following those steps, we will have some expectation. Okay, okay, so that is what our test case document. Getting it, guys? For testing each scenario,
Yes, sir.
okay, we need to prepare the steps, actions, okay, or because expected result. Detailed information about the each scenario, we can mention it under the test cases. It's nothing about how to test. How we are going to test the each scenario, that is nothing but what our test cases. Okay, but what we want to test on the each requirement, that is about test scenario. Getting the difference between these two scenario in the test cases. This is like most confusing, but a lot of people are getting confused the differences between the test scenario and the test cases, but that is the actual difference. Okay, one liner statement about the each each feature, okay, like how what all things we are going to test, that we can keep into the scenario document. But how we are going to test the each scenario, so for that we can prepare a test cases. Okay guys.
Sir,
Hmm.
so can you tell exact definition of test cases or test scenarios? It would be easy for us when interviewer asks this question.
I have already told, right? Test scenario is nothing but what to test. Okay, what to test means what? We need to verify the each and every possibility to test the particular functionality, that is a test scenario. Okay, identify the all the combination to test the each of the requirement. Okay, that is nothing but test scenario. Okay, but how to test those test scenarios? So for that we are having a test cases where we need to prepare all this information. Okay, so definition wise, you can say that to verify the each scenario, okay, we need to follow the proper steps, and with following the proper steps, we need to expect something. Okay, so these all things we can include it in our test case document along with the other parameter, like other because that we can follow the proper template for preparing a test scenario, where the mandatory information is this all the mandatory information like scenario tab, steps, and expected result. Okay, to test the each and every functionality, we need to follow the step-by-step process. Okay, and with following those steps, we will have some expectations. So this is nothing but these things we need to prepare in the test cases. It's a document. Test case is the procedure to test the each of the requirement, each of the functionality. How we can test the each and every requirement, each and every scenario. So for that we have to have test cases document. Okay. So try to give the answer in practical way. Don't think about the theoretical stuff. Okay. If you're understanding it, what is the test case, then give some practical answer. Practical means what? You can say that, let's assume that some of the scenarios are present. Okay. Let's say that I want to verify something. Okay. But how exactly I can verify this particular scenario? So for that, I will prepare a test cases where I can provide the serial number, test case ID, description, priority, and all. Okay. So with filling all this information, I can prepare a test cases. Okay.
So, sir, first of all, we do test scenarios. After that, we do test cases, no, sir?
Obviously.
Okay, sir.
Because this test cases will take a lot of, it will not take much time. Okay, if you are having this test scenario ready. If your scenario is not ready and you are directly preparing a test cases, so while preparing, you will get confused, or you will take a lot of time to just to think about the test scenarios. Correct? So that's the reason first we have to think about all the combination. Okay, like what all things we can verify. If the scenarios are ready, then we can just go here, we can write our steps, expected result. It will be easy. Okay, if scenario is not ready, you will struggle to write a test cases, or you will struggle to test the application also. Why? Because you don't know the scenario, you don't know what all things you want to test under the particular scenario. Okay, clear guys? This is like a mandatory stuff. Okay, let me know if you are not understanding. Okay, because this is your actual real-time task. Okay, if you don't know how to come up with the test scenario, definitely I can say that you can't survive into this QA field. Okay, because this is the most important part, preparing a scenarios. Okay, even though let's say that you don't know how to prepare a test case, that's fine. Okay, but if you don't know how to prepare a test scenario, then you may struggle. Okay, so that is a mandatory stuff. Okay, and interview also, they will be asking the scenario only. Okay, they will give some specific feature. Okay, and they will ask about scenario. Can you write a test scenario for this login, or for the payment? Okay, or for some Google search. Okay, they may ask anything. So in that time, you have to think about the test scenario. for that particular requirement, what all things you can check it. Okay. So this is the most difficult part. If scenario is ready, we can just go to the test cases document. We can note it down the steps, like for testing the each scenario, what kind of steps I will follow, and accordingly, what is my expectation. So these are things we can put it into a test case document. Okay, everyone, all of you are getting this?
Yes.
Any
Yes, sir.
confusion? Okay.
Yes.
That is what our first test case. Similar way, we can convert our other test cases. So verify that taking on currency should display the 3 currency. So I can copy this, I can go to that, and I can mention my second test case. Okay. And then here we can note it down the second test case, second number, test case ID should be 2 because this is my second test case. Okay, then here I can note it down the steps. So again, the same steps you can note it down, like you can copy from here. Okay, then second option there, click on currency. Okay, now after clicking it, okay, I will be having some expectation. Okay, so what your expectation you are having, that you have to write it here. Okay, so okay, currency option should display with what, euro, okay, or dollar, okay, and pound. Okay, guys, and that order also we can verify, like in which order is a displaying. I know that, okay, it's a displaying the currency euro and all, okay, but which one is displaying first, that also we can mention it here. Okay, so here you can see that this currency, okay, click on it. It's first displaying the euro, then pound, then US dollar. Okay, so that sequence also we can mention it into our test, our expected result. Okay, like should display with euro, okay, and order should be, what is the order? Euro, pound, and dollar.
And there I can
Euro, pound, then dollar. Okay, guys, and their icon as well. Okay, whatever icon we are having, that also you can just copy paste. Okay, so that is my expectation. Okay, why we need to keep it? Because as of now we are preparing a document, like how we are going to test the particular functionality. So for that we are preparing just to test cases and all. Okay, assume that, okay, that functionality is already developed by developers. So definitely during that time this document is going to help you. Okay, if you want to perform the actual testing, right, so that time this document is going to help you. We will discuss about it. Okay, but as of now, are you guys understanding the scenario and test cases or not? Tell me.
So I have a doubt.
Hmm.
So is it mandatory to write URL in every serial number?
Not required. Okay, so
Okay,
you have to do some smart work. Okay, but as of now you are like learning for now, right? So better have this practice. Once you will get experience, right, then you will get to know like whether it's required or not. Okay, so you can understand. But as of now, for practice perspective or to get into the more into the test cases, note it down this all the proper steps. Okay.
Sir, can we write the expected result in one sentence, or we need to?
You have to verify exactly like what exactly you want to get it.
Okay, like phone number, my account. We can write in the one sentence.
Yes. We can. Yeah, this also we can. Yeah, this we can write in one line. I've just mentioning the 3-4 line. Okay, but you can write in like phone number, my account, based and check what should display. You can write it in one line. It's fine. Okay, guys. So that is what our test case is. Okay, test case is a document, okay, where we need to mention all this information like a scenario, okay, priority, precondition, test data, steps, and expected result. Okay, and with following this document, we will follow the step-by-step process. Okay, and with following this, okay, we are going to have some expectation. Okay, so that expectation or expected result also we need to keep into the test cases document. Clear, everyone? And remember that while preparing a test cases, you need to maintain till expected result only. Okay, we are having 2 more column, actual and status, that we will do, that we can update later point. Okay, but during the test case preparation time, you have to update till expected result only. Clear? So that is what our test cases. What to test on each requirement, that is a scenario, but how to test the each scenario, that is our test cases. How we can test it? With following the steps, with following the expected result. Clear, everyone? So that is what our test cases. Any confusion? Anyone having doubt? Okay, good. And okay, so why we need to keep all this information properly? Okay, let me tell you guys. Okay, let's say that you are not keeping some of the information properly. Let's say that you missed to provide some of the steps. Okay, let's say that something you have not keeping. Okay, let's say that you forgot to mention the my account here. Okay, now you are on the leave. Okay, assume that you are on vacation or you are you have applied for the leave or sick leave, whatever it is. Okay, you are not into the office. Okay, but we have to test this particular feature. Okay, this header functionality. Okay, so you are a team member or your manager, they will wait for you. Okay, or they can assign this task to someone else. What they can do?
Second option, they will assign to someone.
Definitely, they will assign to someone else, right? They will not wait for you. Correct, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in that case, what they can do, what your manager leads, they can do, like they will just share this document to other tester. Okay, they will say that okay, we have to test this feature is developed by the developers. Okay, now we have to perform our testing. Okay, so during that time, that manager leads, okay, they will suggest to that particular test, like you can follow this document, okay, to perform the testing activities. Okay, now assume that some information you are feeling that I think I will be testing it, but you have not keeping into your document. Okay, you forgot to mention into the document. So definitely the same mistakes is going to done by that other tester also. Why? Because that tester will follow your document, and here you have not provided sufficient information. So definitely that tester will struggle, or they will not test properly. Yes or no? They may suffer, right, because of your missing information.
Yes, sir.
Correct, guys? So that's the reason we have to provide all the proper information. Okay, proper steps, proper expected result. Okay, if you're not providing proper steps, again your tester will get confused. Okay, or some other person will get confused. Okay, or in real time. Okay, sometimes like client. Okay, they will be also about following your test cases document. They will follow some. They will do some UAT testing and all. Okay, so in that period, they can refer your this test cases document. Okay, guys, so if you will not provide proper information, then definitely it's going to harm other team members. Okay, or it may harm to the client. Okay, or other team. Okay, whoever want to use your test case document. So that is the reason we have to provide all the proper information in test case document. Getting it, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, why I'm saying this, because if you are keeping all this information properly, right, then easily even I can say that if I'll share this document to any kid means what, let's say that some school school students, okay, or someone who's not part of IT industry. Okay, if I'll follow this document, I will simply say that okay, you have to test this, you need to follow this and check into the application whether this all thing is coming or not. Okay, definitely that non-technical person also can perform a testing. Yes or no? If I'll just give this document.
Yes, sir.
What you guys are feeling? Yes, right? I will simply say that okay, we have to test this. Okay, and for testing this, you need to follow these steps. Okay, and when you will follow this step, then as an output, whether you are getting this all or not. Okay, this thing only you have to test it. So that non-technical guy also can perform the testing if he know this, if he's having this proper test case document. Getting it, everyone? So that's the reason we have to prepare proper quality test cases document where all the information should be captured, each and every detailed information, proper steps, proper expected result. Okay, and these three is mandatory fill, guys. Okay, miss, we can fill all this information. Okay, but if you are preparing a quality test scenario, test cases or good test cases document, if you want to prepare, then first focus on the description. There you can provide a proper scenario. Then you can note it down the proper steps and proper expected result. Okay, because almost everyone, they will look around the scenario, steps and expected result. Okay, remaining other things we can keep anything or we can do some mistakes, but here don't do any mistakes. Okay, because in real time, sometimes we are feeling okay, I think as I'm only preparing, so let's skip this particular steps, because when I will test it, then easily I can follow that particular steps. Okay, because in real time we guys are also doing. Okay, we are not keeping the exact steps, but here you need to provide the proper steps. Why? Because it should not confuse to the others. Okay, so that's how actually we need to prepare a test cases document. Clear, everyone? Any confusion? Okay, let me ask one a simple question. Okay. Okay, let me ask about some again scenario stuff. Okay, or we can not scenario steps, sorry, test cases. Okay, let's say that I'm having one scenario. Okay, that scenario is nothing but what I'm having some requirement, and under that I'm having some scenario. Okay, let's say that I'm having one test scenario. My scenario is saying that, okay, what, let's say that this is like WhatsApp application, and my scenario is what? Scenario is saying that same day, good morning, sorry, okay, good morning message to your friend, okay, or contact list. Okay, so this is my scenario. Okay, guys. Now, can you guys like to follow this or to validate this particular scenario? What exact steps we need to follow? Exact steps. Can someone tell me?
First number, open WhatsApp.
Okay.
Then choose the contact whom we want to text.
Yes. Means what? Next, what exactly you're doing in real time? Just as of now, just try this. Okay, you guys are having mobile, right? Just check it. What exact steps you are following and tell me that.
Search for the contact.
Okay. Search for the contact. We have to check, right?
Yes.
Then.
And whatever the search contact should display to.
Click on that particular contact.
On the contact.
Okay. So here, as it's the mobile, so
contact, then particular.
Choose the contact. Okay, or we can use a tap. Okay, remember that in mobile it's a tap, right? Not click. Click is in laptop or desktop. Okay, so tap on the contact whichever you want to send message. Then what next?
Type.
Tap on the
Type message.
writing box.
Okay,
Message writing box.
Writing box. Okay.
Write a message.
Okay.
Entering the message.
Type or enter the message.
And then send it.
Click on send
Click
button.
on the send button.
Send button.
And the send button.
Tap on
Send or arrow button.
Correct. So that is the exact step. I think we guys are following it. Correct, guys? Yes or no? Okay. So in similar way, okay, when you are preparing a scenario, then you need to mention the each steps. Okay. Because here sometimes you're looking what we're feeling. Okay, I will open the WhatsApp. Okay, then I will send a message. Directly also we can write a steps, but here you're missing a lot of steps. You're missing the exact steps. Correct. In ideal way, if I'll ask to some of the people, some non-technical people, okay, then what they will take, they will simply say like, okay, I will go to the WhatsApp and I will send message. Directly they will say like that. Yes or no? But here in between, we are following the proper steps. We are opening it, we are searching it, we are selecting it, then we are writing a message. Okay, then what? We are tapping on the message box, so it will open the keypad. We will type the message, then finally we can send the message. So that is the proper steps we have to follow for particular scenario. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And here my requirement is saying that send a good morning message. So as in type message, what I can say? Type message.
Type good morning message.
Good morning.
Okay, so that also we have to keep it. Okay, so that is my steps. Okay, I have to follow for this particular scenario. Okay, now with following these steps, definitely I will have some expectations. What is my expectation here? Expected result.
WhatsApp should open.
Okay. So here remember that, okay, that expected result, no need to write for the each steps. Okay, guys, that is like worst thing I'm feeling that. Okay, so no need to write for the each steps. Okay, instead of that, after tapping on the last steps, what is your expectation you are having? So that you can write it. Okay, remember that. That is a good.
Good morning message.
Good morning message should
Good
be
morning
sent.
message should be sent to the selected contact.
Yes. Okay. good morning message should send to selected contact. Any other things you are expecting? Any other
sir.
thing? No? Any other expectation you are having? As a QA, just thinking as a QA point of view, you are testing it, okay? Means you want to taste it, like I will send a message, okay? Definitely it will get sent to the particular selected option, okay? What else you are expecting? Any other things we are expecting?
Single tick, double tick.
Okay, single tick. We have to verify that.
In double tick.
Okay. Okay. If message is delivered, then should
Double tick always
display double
So
tick.
if message deliver and the person not seen, the single tick will be displayed. And
Yes,
if
yes, yes.
message is delivered and the person is seen, then double tick should be displayed.
Yes. So those all things also we can keep it here. Okay. Getting it, guys? Because this is my scenario. Like I have sent it, okay, but after sending, what exact expectation we are in? By default, it will send it, okay. But here also, like after sending some of the related functionality we are having, that functionality nothing but what? If it's a deliver, then it should display some double tick, single tick, or blue tick, something like that. Okay. So that also you can mention it here. All of your understanding? What exact expectation you're in, that we have to keep it here. Okay. Clear, guys? Any confusion?
No,
Sir, but the expected result should it should related with the test scenario only now, sir.
Yes.
Will it contain some extra contents also?
Yeah, we can add some extra. Okay. Let's say that you have sent it, okay, but it's not displaying anything. Definitely the other test cases and all will be there, okay. But prior that you can test it into the same test cases. Getting my point? Definitely other test cases will be there, like okay, if it's a deliver, then display into to what blue tick, single tick, okay. But if you want to quickly check it in the same test case, you can add it out. There is no restriction.
But nowhere we would we would aware of that in this particular test scenario, na sir. Then how could we merge that?
Because you are saying that what is the meaning of this requirement? You are saying that okay, you are having good understanding about the requirement. Okay, let's say that you are using this. How we are checking that in real time? Okay, we are sending a messages, then we are expecting, right, whether that person is reading or not. Or if it's a single tick, then we are observing that okay, I think that person is not having internet connection. Are we feeling like this or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, right? Yes, as soon as we are sending it, we are feeling that okay. Let me give some other scenario. Okay, I'm just saying that verify that user is able to log in with valid credential. Okay, so definitely that we will put what all the steps and all, okay, like enter the username, password, and okay. But here, what will be our expectation? Expected result. First, what? User should be able to log in.
Able to log in.
Okay, without any error message.
Without any error message.
Okay. Second one, should navigate to home page. We have to check, right? How you can say that login is working? If it's navigating into the home page, then only you can say, right?
Yeah, okay, got it, sir.
Got it. So likewise, we can add an expected result. What exactly you are expecting after following the steps? That is your expected result.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Clear? Okay. So let me give one more. What scenarios? Okay. Let's say that. Okay. Verify the. Okay. What I can say. Let's say that you want to book some product, okay, through some online application. Okay. So I'm just saying that, okay. My scenario is saying that, okay. Verify the behavior of application after doing payment. Okay, so let's say that we are having a payment option. Okay, we will do the payment. Okay, final screen will come where we will do we will put all the net banking and all the details. We will submit it. Okay, after that, okay, what next will happen? Okay, so that we want to test it. Okay, assume that is our scenario. Okay, verify the behavior after doing the payment. Okay, so here we will mention all the steps like select the product and all, go to the final payment page, provide all the credit card, debit card information, submit for the payment. Okay, so that is our steps. Okay, now after doing the payment, what is our expectation? What you are expecting?
Order summary.
Okay, can you just tell in details what you are expecting after
Payment
that?
confirmation.
Yeah, payment is done. What next? After doing the payment, what next? What is your expectation?
We should
should
receive any
the-
confirmation message.
Okay, so display order confirmation page.
Yes.
Correct, guys? Or message, whatever it is. Okay, it should be the page. Okay, their message will be there. Okay, about your order. So that is the first thing. Any other expectation we are having it?
Debited money from our bank account.
Okay, that will happen.
Message.
Okay, that will happen if you will do the payment. Okay, what next? So display the order confirmation page. Okay, means just assume that we have done with the payment. Okay, payment till the payment is already tested and all. Okay, just assume like that, already prepared test cases and all. Okay, now after doing the payment, what next you are expecting? This after doing the complete checkout. Okay, so display the order confirmation page. Okay, there here all the information will be there about your pricing, product. Okay, your service detail, every information you will get it, right? This product you have purchased, this is the actual price. Okay, this is the discounted price, this is your final price, something. Okay, and you
Yes, sir. Also estimated delivery date.
everything you will get it in this
Sir,
order confirmation page. Okay.
balance.
it should be showcased in order list. Order is done.
Navigate to my order.
Navigate to the my order. Okay,
And it should be displayed that recent order. What happened?
okay. Booked order should display in my order list. Okay, what else?
A tracking link will generate.
Okay, so let's say that is part of your confirmation page. Okay, everything's the content we have verified. Okay, assume like that. What else? Just think about
Send,
it.
send
We are-
order message to number.
Sorry.
Send order message to number.
Yes, I think we guys are getting right. Okay, should get what? Message notification in number and email. I think we guys are getting it right.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Then that also we have to verify, right, whether we are receiving or not. Okay, we have booked the order, but if you're not receiving SMS, okay, or email, means there is some problem. Okay, but if you are receiving it, you can validate it. Okay, also you can validate in this received message. Okay, whether your other correct information is there or not. Okay, you can verify that. Okay, also you can mention that. Okay,
Verification call.
yes. Okay, order detail should display in message or email. Okay, whatever details we are. I think we guys are also real time. You guys are getting it correct, guys. All the proper information.
Yes, sir.
Right? So that information also we can check it out. So clear, guys, now? Okay, so that is our expectation. What you are expecting after completing the particular step, that is your expected result. Okay, how you are going to test the each and every requirements. So for that we are preparing the test cases, and for that we are preparing a proper steps. With that we can perform the testing activities. Okay, and with having the proper steps, okay, we are also mentioning the expected result, because based on this only, okay, based on this only we have to test our application, okay, in real time. Okay, when you will do the actual testing, that time you have to compare it, okay, whether this all thing is coming or not. All of you are getting it? So that is what our expected result. Clear, guys? No?
Yes, sir, got it.
Anyone is having doubt? Because these are most important things, that's why I'm taking it time, okay. And also you guys need to practice it. Without practice, definitely you will struggle, okay, even for the test case preparation. Initially 1 day 2 day you will take it, okay, just to think about it, like how to prepare and all. But once you will get into, right, once you will be start preparing and all, then easily you can prepare any number of test cases, okay, because in real time you will not get a sufficient time, like within 1 hour 2 hours you need to come up with the test cases. You will take you will get some just 4 5 hours for preparing the test cases, okay. So quickly you need to come up with a test scenario, and this scenario you have to convert into the test cases also, okay. So these all things you can do if you are having some practical stuff. If you have done some practical activity, then only you can do in real time. So that's why I'm saying practice on it. Okay, any confusion?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Okay, so that is what our test cases, okay. So guys, I just want to close this STLC for today. So can we stretch it for another half an hour? Is that okay? Because there will be a lot of topics will be there, okay, heavy topics, okay. But in high level I want to explain this, okay. In details we can discuss from next session, like in detail we can discuss about the deepfake and all. But as of now, in high level I want to explain this STLC part. So if you guys are having another half an hour time, then we can.
Okay, sir.
All of you are okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so right now it's a 2:26, okay. I'm giving a 4 minute break, okay, 4 5 minutes, okay. Come by 2:30 2:31, is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Take a small break, okay. Okay, so I'm just opening the timer. Oh, Shmoti, you are having team call, so don't worry, like so I just try to understand, okay. Hey, hello guys. Hello.
Sir,
Yes, sir. Okay. Give me a minute. Okay. Okay. So we have done with the test cases. I hope everyone have understood that requirement understanding, then test planning, and the test case development. Okay. So that is our QA task. Like when you will understand your requirement, then you can jump for the test case scenario and test scenario preparation, test case development. Okay. Test planning will be done by the some senior management guys like a QA manager or the leads. Okay, they will do it. Okay, but actual as a QA, as a test engineer, we have to understand the requirement and we have to jump for the scenario and test case preparation. Okay, so now let's say that is done. Okay, now the next thing is like we have to check the environment setup. Okay, environment setup is all about, okay, we have to check whether our system is properly configured or whether you are having a proper QA environment or not. Okay, so these all the activities we have to do as a part of environment setup. Okay, so can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is
Yes,
done.
sir.
Okay, we are having separate session again for this all the activities. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, so we have done with the test case development. Now environment setup. Okay, so it's all about what checking the all the tools and all. So we can go for what software installation. Let's say that some of the installation tools installations are required, so that we can check it out. Any of the tools access, let's say the Jira tools access or Q-test. Okay, that is for our preparing a test cases. So whether those tools access you are having or not, those we can check it. QA environment is ready or not. So you need to have this kind of URL like QA dot, okay, the company name or project name.com. Okay, so that environment, whether you are having it or not. Okay, then project management tools, some extra tools are there, then you have to get all the access. Okay, so after doing this, okay, we can check our system configuration, whether our system is properly configured or not, whether we are having all the tools access or not. Let's say there are some of the tools installation is required, okay, and you don't have access in your company laptop, so you can approach to the IT admin team, they can help you out. If you want to get some of the tools access, then you can approach to your manager or the leads. Okay, so they will be providing the all the tools related access. Okay, so now after this environment setup, we will get what properly configured system, and also we will have the all the tool access. So that is what environment setup. Clear, guys? Is it clear to all? Environment setup.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
No, sir. Once repeat.
what you have not understood, Prayag?
Sir, ये टेस्ट कैसे आएगी सर?
Sorry,
टेस्ट के डेवलपमेंट डिजाइनिंग.
you have not understood.
No, sir.
You joined late.
No, sir.
Then that's only I asked, right? Before starting this environment setup, that only I asked whether you have understood or not. We have discussed about the same thing, right? How to prepare a scenario and test cases.
Yes, sir.
Then what is your confusion?
Just
What
I'm
you are-
joined 2 minutes late, sir. You will start it now.
Then I can say that go to the recording, because if I'll explain it again, it will take some time, because
Okay, sir.
it's been almost 1.5 15 minutes we were discussing about the same thing. Correct, guys?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so that's the reason I'm saying join on the time, okay, and focus on the session.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir.
No problem. Okay, everyone. So that is what your environment setup, checking that all the tools is properly configured or not, whether you are having all the software into your system, your laptop or not. These all things we have to check it out. Okay, so that is what environment setup related details. Okay, process, we can say that. Now we know that, okay, we have done with our test case preparation. Okay, we have prepared our test case document. Okay, our system is also properly configured. Okay, now we need to jump for the next activity, that is nothing but test case execution. So the test case execution is nothing but what? Test case execution. So here what will happen is like your developers, like our developers, what they will do, they will deploy the feature into the QA environment. Developers will say that, okay, we have developed all the functionalities. Okay, now as a QA team, you guys can start your testing. So the testing the application is nothing but what? Test case execution. Getting my point, guys? It means what? Now we have to start our actual testing. So our developers, they will deploy the functionality into the QA environment. Okay. After getting into the QA environment, we have to begin with our actual testing activities. Okay. And also they will update the user stories. Okay. Let me go here. I will go here. Okay, let's say that here as of now it's in development stage. So as soon as our developers will develop, then they will move the story from the here to here and here to here. Okay, it's keeping in the QA status. It means what? We have to start our actual testing. Okay, guys. So now can you guys tell me, like as soon as our developers will give the features into the QA environment, then what kind of testing we have to start first?
Smoke testing.
Smoke testing.
Smoke testing.
System testing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Smoke testing.
Smoke, right? Quickly we have to check it whether this functionality is working or not, whether this functionality is available or not. So what we can do, I can open my QA environment. So assume that this is a QA environment. Okay. So let's say that this feature is developed. Okay, and that feature is available in this QA environment. Just assume like this. Okay. Now you want to perform a smoke testing, and you are testing for which functionality? Header feature. Okay. So now quickly you can check it. Okay, currency is displaying. Okay, in the header I can see all this option, whichever is required. Okay, I can click on this. Okay, it's working. So likewise, quickly you can perform a what? Smoke testing. Clear, everyone? Okay, here we are having my account. I can go with the registration. Okay, I can create my account also as a part of smoke testing, whether account is getting created or not. Okay, I can go do the login. Okay, I can add some of the product into the cart. So these kind of things, basic functionalities, we can check it, or critical functionalities, we can check it as a part of smoke testing. Getting it, guys? Okay. Now you can say that our smoke testing is completed. You are feeling that, okay, everything is available now. I think everything is fetching the information. Also, I can open it, the each and every URL. Now I can jump for the next testing. That is what? What is the next testing?
System testing.
System testing. Correct, guys?
Yes, sir.
And I think I have told you guys, for doing the system testing, we are following some of the documents. I think I have told you guys.
Yes, SRS,
Yes, sir.
BRD.
So what is the document?
SRS.
SRS. Which documents we can follow for testing the application or testing this particular feature?
Mockups.
Okay. So what all documents we have prepared till now? As a QA, what all documents we have prepared?
Test case, test scenario.
Test scenarios, test cases.
Test scenario and test cases. So what we will do with the test cases? We have prepared the test cases, how to test and all. Okay, we have prepared this test cases. So where it is? This test cases. So what we will do with the test cases? Definitely we have to use for our actual testing only. Yes,
Yes,
or no?
sir. Yes,
Because here you can see that the last two column, what is saying that? Actual and status. Getting it, guys? This two column is there, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when you want to perform your actual testing, then first you can perform the smoke testing. Quickly you can check it whether this all the feature is displaying or not. Okay. After that you can jump for the system testing, end-to-end testing. Okay. Now to perform this end-to-end testing, we have to follow our test case document. Getting my point, guys? Because when our developers were implementing that functionality, at the same time we were preparing what this test scenario and test cases document. So once they will develop it and they will give it to the QA team, then as a QA, you need to follow this test case document, and accordingly you have to test your particular application or particular functionality. All of you are getting it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this system test cases, or because of this test cases, we have to follow for testing the application. To perform the system testing or end-to-end testing, okay, we need to follow this document. Is it clear now? Everyone understanding this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now we are having this test case document. Okay, and you want to test this particular feature. Okay, that is nothing but what you are okay. I think, guys, here I missed one more column here. Okay, just add one more thing like story ID. Okay, that is required. I missed to update here. Okay, so whatever story ID is there here, right? Copy the same thing. Okay, so now what we can do, guys? Okay, we can go through the what our test case document. Okay, and we can test the each and every test cases one by one. Okay, so here I'm having our first test cases. My first test case is saying that verify the UI. Okay, now to verify the UI, what all steps we have to follow? What is the first steps? What is the first step?
We have to copy paste it.
We have to open this URL we are saying, right? So
Yes.
exactly what I can do, I can copy the URL. I will go to my browser. Okay, and here I will paste the URL. Okay, that is our first. Okay, like okay, my application is opening. Okay, now what is my second test case steps? What is my second step?
Verify the UI header.
Verify the UI of the header. Means I have to verify the UI of the header manually. Okay, now as a part of UI verification, what is my expectation? What we are expecting? What is our first expectation?
Should be displayed gray color.
Gray color.
Background.
Okay. So I can
And-
go into my application. I can check it. Okay, it's a displaying in gray color. Okay, means it's a pulse. It's getting pulse. Means what actually that is there. Okay, so that is there. So here also I can write it. Okay, first is what? Okay, header is displaying in gray color. So that is my actual result, correct, guys? Actual result is what? In application, actually it's there, correct?
Yes, sir.
So that is my actual result. Okay, that first is I think it's working fine. Now second is saying that currency option should display on the header left menu. So I can go to my application, I can check it. Okay, okay, here currency option is there. So let me update my actual result also. So what is my actual result? Second is the second actual result.
Currency is displayed.
Currency is displaying. Yes or no? It's a displaying, right?
Yes.
Now third is like phone number should display. That is mentioned as a should display. Okay, miss, while preparing test cases, we are mentioning this expected result. Now we are getting an actual result while performing a testing. So here we can mention the current result, whatever current result I'm getting into the application. So here I can say that phone number is displaying with icon. Okay, also I can mention the other like wish list and checkout is displaying with icon. Okay, also I can mention that. Yeah, so that is only steps. Okay, so that is the only expected result I had, right? Okay, here also I can mention like, okay, application is open. Okay, means it's getting open. Okay, clear? So that is my actual result. Okay, whatever current is happening into my application, so that is my actual result. So when you will perform your testing, right? So that time you have to update this actual result. All of you are getting my point, guys? When you will perform the actual testing, but before testing, you have to prepare till this expected result. Once the developers will say that, okay, we have deployed the feature, now you guys can start your testing. So you can follow this test case document and accordingly, you can update this actual result. Like whatever thing is happening into your website or application, right? So that actual things you need to update it. Clear? All of you are understanding this? What is the meaning of this actual result?
Yes, sir.
Anyone is here who's not understanding? Okay, updating the current status, current behavior of the application. Okay, so with following these steps, okay, we will open the applications and all. Okay, after that, okay, we are having some expectations. So this expectation is matching in the application or not, that we have to check it, and accordingly we have to update into this actual result also. Okay, now here we are having one status column. Okay, in this status column, actually we have to provide as a pass or fail. Okay, so now can you guys tell me, like when I will say it's a pass, when I will say that that status is a pass?
Expected result should be actual result.
That
time we can say pass.
Okay.
Pass.
When I will say it's a pass?
So when the actual result has the
match
requirement.
with expected result.
Correct. Okay, when my actual result, like what is the current behavior I'm having, that will match with my expected result, then I can say it's a pass. Okay, so application is opening, so I can say that that is status is pass. Why? Because it's a working fine. It's a working as per my requirement. This expected result is nothing but what? As per your requirement. Okay, as per your requirement, now you are getting actual result. So this actual result is matching with the requirement or not, with your expected result or not. So that we can mention as a pass. Okay, if both are matching, then we can say pass. If your actual result is not matching with the expected result, then it's a fail. Okay, so assume that both are pass. Why? Because it's a happening, both are matching. Okay, now let's say that okay, here you are having, you are not getting what is what currency option. Okay, so you are saying that currency is not displaying. Okay, assume that you are checking into the QA environment, and here you are getting one thing like okay, currency is not displaying. Okay, in expected results mentioned that it should display, but here you are getting that currency is not displaying. Means there is some problem into the application. Yes or no? Or we can say that there is a problem into this what deployment or whatever they have deployed it. So assume that this currency is not displaying. Okay, so definitely here in your test cases, in actual result, you will update the same thing, what is not displaying. Okay, that I can mention it. So now you can see that I'm having the status field also. So here the status will be what? Fail. Why? Because that actual result is not matching with my expected result. Getting my point, guys? Now my test case is fail. You can say that my test case 1 is fail. Why? Because this currency is not displaying. Okay, it's not available into the application. So as a QA, what we can do now? If this is not working, then what we can do?
We'll raise the bug.
Definitely we have to inform to the developers. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All of you are getting it, guys? Because the test case is fail. Okay, why it's got failed? Because something is not working, something is not matching with my expected result. So as a QA, now we need to report this issue to the developers. Okay, so for reporting that, we are having a next activity that is nothing but defect reporting. Can you guys see that? We will do the test case execution. Execution is nothing but what? Follow your test case document and execute all the test cases one by one. Okay, and whichever test case will get failed, so for that failed test cases, you need to report that defect to the developers. Okay, so the next activity we are having what? Defect reporting. All of you are getting it, guys? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we will execute the test cases. It means what? We will test the application, okay, with following our test case document. And during that time, if some test cases are getting failed or some defect, if you are getting it, so that defects we have to report to the developer. So that is what defect reporting. Okay, so how to report a defect and all, we are having separate session, but as of now, just assume that whenever you will get a defect, so for that you need to follow the defect reporting process. Okay, so that is what our defect reporting. Okay, we will perform the test case execution. That is nothing but actual testing. We will do it, and during the actual testing time, we will get a defect, and that defect we have to report to the developers. Okay, so that is what defect reporting processes. I hope it's clear till now to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now let's say that okay, we have executed all the test cases. Okay, let's say that total, assume that total we have prepared somewhat some test cases. Let's say that I'm just mentioning like this. Okay, so let's say that total we are having what, some 100 test cases. Okay, so total 100 test cases we are having it. Okay, and out of that definitely we will get some status like passed the test cases and failed the test cases. Okay, let me mention like this. Okay, let's say that we are having total 100 test cases. Okay, like this we have prepared, let's say the total 100 test cases. Now assume that out of 100, okay, we have prepared what, sorry, we have passed 180 test cases. Okay, before that I want to ask one more thing. So now can you guys tell me like when we can stop our testing? Can someone tell me when we have to stop our testing activities? Anyone?
So when there is no bug in the
Okay.
application,
So there is like bugs are keep on coming. So in that case, you will be keep on testing.
After finishing all the test scenarios or test cases.
Okay. Any other answer?
When all the requirement is completed and there is no bug.
Requirement?
I mean, there's no bug, and we overcome all the bugs after that.
Okay. Okay. So as a
First of all,
QA, when you can stop it?
first of all, we can see that if there is no time to test the application, we can stop the testing.
No. So that is like infinity then. Okay. That testing will be keep on coming. If you will say that, okay, you want to test, definitely there is no deadline. Okay. But there will be some specific thing. Okay. So with that, we can stop our testing. So just think, answer is in your screen.
So when all the test cases are successfully executed or passed, then
Correct. Okay. So remember that when we have to stop our testing, when we will execute all these 100 test cases. Getting my point, guys? When we will have the result for all the test cases, no matter it's a passed or failed, but here we need to have the status. Okay. When we will execute all the 100 test cases, and for each test cases, if you are having the status, like it's maybe the status is a pass or fail, then we have to stop our testing. All of you are getting my point, because there will be some deadline. Okay. For the system testing, you will be getting some 3 hours, 4 hours of time. Okay. So, or 8 hours of time. So in that 8 hours, you have to complete all your actual testing. Okay. And during that time, you have to update the status of the each and every test cases. Okay. So when we can stop our testing, when we will complete our test case execution, when all the test cases will be executed. Okay. And for each test cases, when we will get the status, then we can stop our testing. Getting my point?
yes, sir.
Okay. So let's say that out of 100, let's say that 80 are passed. Okay. And 20 is failed. Okay. So now after getting that, we can stop our testing. Why we will test it? And out of 100, 80 are passed, means 80 feature, 80 test cases passed, means this all the working fine. 20 is failed, means for that we have reported defect. So developers will look around it, they will fix it, and all the other tech activities will be there. Okay. But likewise, okay, when you will complete your execution of all the test cases, then you can stop it. Getting it, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir. Sir, if our objective is to deliver a quality product, then if 20 test cases are failing, so how can we match our requirements?
No, when they will fix it, we will perform the other testing, right? What testing we can perform if they will fix it?
Sanity
Regression.
testing, small regression testing.
Regression, sir.
No.
Sanity testing.
No.
Retesting.
Retesting. Remember, I think we learn about it.
Yes, sir.
What is the meaning of the retesting?
Testing the defected feature which you have reported previously. After the bug is fixed, test that feature again.
Yes. Okay. So when those developers will fix this defect, right, then again we can retest this particular defect. Okay. So now in that case, we can go to our test cases document. Okay. Let's say that this test case is failed. Okay. And here we have reported defect. So once the developers will fix it, right? Okay. Then as a QA, what we can do, like we can revisit the same defect. We can follow the same thing again. Okay. And now we can check it whether this currency is displaying or not. Okay. Let's say the developer have already fixed it. Now you are performing a retesting. Okay. Now as a retesting time, okay, you are getting that, okay, now currency is displaying. So you can update this. Okay. And you can make this test cases what pass. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
You have to update this document also, right? Otherwise, it will be keep on showing as a what failed. Okay, so whenever they will resolve it, then we can update this test cases also. But that is an additional task. Okay, but to perform the actual testing, system testing, end-to-end testing, we are going to take some time. Okay, and after doing the system testing, when you will execute all the testing, all the test cases testing, then you can stop your testing. Getting it, guys? Because testing is there is a no end of the testing. Okay, one or another is something, some kind of testing you will be doing someday, regression, retesting, okay, sanity, okay, but some point we have to stop it. Okay, so when we can stop, actually after executing all the test cases. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Was it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So regression testing should be done fast or retesting?
So what you were feeling? Let's say that defects are fixed. So what testing you will perform?
Retesting, but after that we should proceed for regression testing, right? So once the defect is fixed, then there must be chance of code changes.
Yeah. So
Right?
what kind of testing you can
So
perform?
retesting we can perform, but
After
it will
retesting?
include regression testing also, right?
No. After retesting, what kind of testing we can perform? Can someone tell me?
Sanity testing.
Sanity testing.
Sanity.
Sanity. Remember? I think we have specifically discussed during the session the differences between the regression, sanity, retesting. Correct, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that's the reason I'm telling you guys, okay, testing is like process oriented. Okay. If you are understanding your process, then it's really easy. Okay. If you know that, okay, at what point, what kind of task you have to do, it's a really easy profile. Okay. At the same time, if you are getting mass with all, because here a lot of testing we are using, right? Regression, sanity, retesting, ad hoc and all. Okay. But which kind of testing, at what point we have to perform, that you guys need to understand. Okay.
So, so while doing the regression testing, we can perform we have to follow the formal testing, or we can do the ad hoc testing also.
During the regression testing, formal testing is required, document is required, so we will discuss about it. Okay.
Yeah,
in coming classes, again, I will discuss. Okay. Okay. So regression is all about what? It's a repetitive testing. Can I say like that?
Yes, sir.
Repetitive, right? Means again, we have to perform the testing of the old feature. Correct, guys? So let's say that this test case is for your sprint one. Okay, let's say that this is for sprint one. Okay, and we have to perform our testing. Everything is passed, everything is done. Okay. Now you are into the sprint to say second cycle. Okay. Now during the second cycle, you want to perform the regression testing. So definitely you can follow the older test cases for performing the regression. Yes or no? We can reuse the same document, right? For the regression. All of you are getting this? We're
Yes,
into the
sir.
sprint 2. Okay, now we want to perform a regression testing. It means what? We want to recheck all the old functionality. Means as a part of regression testing, we need to make sure that old feature is working or not. So for the old features, we can follow the old test cases. That is nothing but what? Previous sprint test cases. Correct? So this same documents, we can follow it for the regression also. Okay, but as a part of regression, we are not going to follow all the test cases. Okay, we are going to have this priority terms. Okay, we will discuss about it. Okay, so that's the reason I have mentioned it. We will discuss in the future about these three. Okay, so there is some priority stuff here there. Okay, that we need to follow. Okay, to filter the test cases for regression testing. Okay. All of you are getting it, guys, or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So remember that we will perform the test case execution where we need to execute all the test cases. Okay. And after executing it, definitely we will get what our test report. This is nothing but test report. Okay. This we can call as a test summary report or test report. Test summary report, we can say that, or test report. Okay. Or we can say the test execution report. Okay, test execution report. So it's nothing but what? Okay, here we need to, in this report, right, we have to just mention like how many test cases were there, and out of those how many are passed, how many are failed. Okay, so that is nothing but where your test case summary report or test execution report. Okay, so that report you have to prepare it in some tabular format. Getting my point? So in Excel sheet or somewhere you can prepare this test summary report. Okay, where you need to fill that how many test cases you have executed, how many are passed, how many are failed. Okay, so that is your test case execution. And while performing a test case execution, definitely you will get a defect. So that defects we have to report to the developer. So for that we are having defect reporting process. Okay, so don't worry, we are having separate session for this. Okay, we will discuss about it. But as of now, just remember we have to report the defect to the developers. Okay. Now they will fix the issue. We have to retest this. All the activities will be there. Okay, during that period of time. Okay. Now assume that okay, we have done with the test case execution. Also, we have retested all the defects. Okay, whatever is fixed by the developer, right? Everything is retested. Okay. So now finally we can go for what next activity that we are calling as what test closure activities. Okay, so test closure is all about what stopping your testing. Okay, so when you will stop your testing activity, so that time you have to prepare this test execution report. Along with that, you have to prepare what defect summary report. Okay, so these two documents is required while test closure activities. Okay, test closure is all about stopping your testing. When we can stop it, when we are executing all the test cases, and also when we will perform a retesting, and also after that we can prepare the defect summary report. It means what? How many defects has been faced, how many have retested, how many have what is still open with the developers. So those all details we can highlight it as a part of defect summary report. Getting it, everyone? Okay. And after preparing this report, finally, we can say that, yes, we have done with the testing activities and we can send a one sign off email. Okay. So sign off is nothing but what? It's an email. Okay. Sign off status or sign off email we have to send across the team member. So we can say that we are doing a sign off from the testing activities. Okay. And this all the reports we are having for our all the QA tasks. Okay. This all the status means what? Test case summary report, defect summary report, and all. Okay, so you can send this email to all the team members. So once you will send it, then definitely they will get to know, okay, the QA team has been completed all the testing. Okay, now they will do the next other activities, like whatever will be there after the sign off, right? They will do it. But as a QA, this is our last task. Okay, we have to provide a sign off. Getting my point, guys? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so remember this. Okay, let me make it in easy way so it will be clear for you guys. Okay, so as a QA, if you are a test engineer, then first you have to understand the requirement. Okay, that is the first responsibility. Okay, once you will understand the requirement, then you have to prepare what? Test scenario and test scenario and test cases document. Okay, this you need to prepare it as a QA because you need to prepare the proper document. Okay, so this you will preparing it. Okay, after preparing it, you need to check it whether you are having all the tools access or not. So you can check what you can do the environment setup checking. It means what? Checking all the tools stuff. Okay, check all the. This is like only first time activity, that the environment setup is only one time activity. Okay. Okay. Now after that you will wait for the build. Okay. Now once the developers will deploy the build, right? Okay, then you need to perform what? Test case execution. Okay, guys. Once the developers will deploy the feature into QA environment. Okay, so now you can begin with the test case execution. So before doing this test case execution, before following the test case document, you can perform the smoke testing. Quickly you can check it whether everything looks good or not. Okay, if everything looks good, then you can jump for the test case execution. So that is nothing but system testing. Getting my point? Test case execution is all about what? System testing, end-to-end testing of the functionalities. Okay, so you will be doing this end-to-end testing. Now during the testing time, definitely you will get a defect. Okay, so those defects you have to report to the developers. Okay, so defect reporting is our next task. Okay, so once you will report it, once you will complete your test case execution, then finally you need to provide a sign off. Okay, means you can go for the test closure activities. Okay, where you need to provide a sign off. Okay, and as a part of sign off, what you can do, you need to prepare the report. Okay, as a part of sign off, you need to prepare what? Report. That report is something about what? Test case execution report. Okay, where you can keep how many are executed, how many are failed. Okay, that you can keep it. Second, what? Defect summary report. Okay, so here you can highlight it. Okay, like you can highlight about what? Total number of reported defects, means as a QA, total how many defects you have reported. Okay, that count you can share. You can share about what? Total number of fixed and retested defect. Okay, means they will fix it and you will perform a retesting. So that also you can, that count you can update it. Let's say that you have reported 20 defects. out of 20 defects, let's say that 10 they have fixed it. Okay, so those 10 defects you have to retest it. So that number you can provide it here. Okay, and here you can mention what total number of open defect. Open defect is nothing but what still developers are working on it. Okay, so I'm just giving example here. Let's say that total you have reported about 20 defect. Okay, so out of 20, 10 is resolved by the developers and you have performed the retesting. So 10 is the count here, and how many are still open? 10. So that is the count. Okay, so likewise you can prepare whatever your test summary report and defect summary report. Clear everyone? So with having this kind of report, you can give a sign off. You can inform to the team, you can inform to the manager, like you have completed your testing task. Is it clear to all? So that is like final step of your QA task. Okay, guys.
Sir, what we write in a defect summary report, like we already execute all the defect now.
You
Then
will execute
after
all the test cases.
Yeah. So why we write defect summary report, and what should we write on that?
This one, same thing. What I mentioned in right? Same thing. See this. Total reported defects. What? Let's say that you have executed 100 test cases. So how many defects you have reported?
So 20.
20. So we can mention this 20 count into this your defect report, defect summary report. Okay, see this is not a defect reporting process. Okay, defect reporting process we will have the separate session. Tomorrow we will discuss it. Okay, like how to report a defect to the developer. So for that we are having defect reporting process. But after completing your all the testing and all, right? Okay, we need to prepare this defect summary report. Means what is the status of the defect? That is a defect summary report.
Sir, but there are some open defects. So after testing that also we need to prepare this report.
No. Let's say that okay, developers will take a lot of time to fix it. It will take 20 days. So will you wait for 20 days?
No, but again we need to test that open defect.
We will test it in future. Okay, so that time you can add this count. But as of now, you have completed your test case execution. Let's say that you are into the sprint 1. Okay, and in sprint, let's say that 3 feature is there. Okay, and for this 3 feature, let's say that you have prepared 100 test cases. Okay, so once you will complete all these 100 test cases, then only you can stop it, right? Then only you can say that okay, I have tested this 3 feature.
Okay.
Okay, and how you can inform that whether you have completed or not? So for that, you need to prepare this report. Getting it?
Okay.
All of you are getting it, guys? 3 feature is there. For the 3 features, total 100 counts are there. 100 counts we have executed. So in this test case execution report, you can mention that total passed, failed defects. Okay, that summary you can mention it here. And under the defect summary report, you can mention the total reported defects, fixed, retested, and open defect. Getting it? Let me show you guys something. As I'm now just try to understand the concept. Okay, don't worry. Okay, that practical real-time stuff again I can take it from the
Sir,
session. Yeah.
So if there is no defect, okay, so we don't
You have to
need
write
to write defect summary report.
You can write it like no defects found. Simple.
Okay, sir.
Nothing. No need to update anything. Just mention that no defect found. But in real time, definitely you will get a defect. That is a reality. Okay, let me open some document for you guys. Okay, can you guys see here? So don't worry, this all the documents I will share with you guys. Okay, so you can say that, okay, let's say that you this is the test execution report. Okay, so assume that earlier it was total. Okay, so let's say that your test case is already being prepared here, all the test cases. Okay, now you want to put your status. Okay, what is the status of your test case execution? So what you can do, you can prepare this kind of report, test execution report, like total 80 are passed. Okay, 20 are failed. Okay, 20 failed. Okay, and no run means what? Not yet executed. Okay, so if there is a no run test cases, then you can't stop your testing. there will be there will be some status pass or fail into your test cases. Okay guys, if there is no run means what, still you are working on it. Let's say that okay, total 8 hours is there, okay, for performing the execution. Okay, now after 4 hours your leads is asking some report. Okay, like can you just share me the quick summary of your test cases execution report? So in that period you can mention it like out of 100, okay, total some 40 you have executed, okay, out of 40 some 10 are failed, okay, and how many are pending now, how many of you are not run as per this 100 example. No run means what? Not yet
50.
executed.
60.
50. Correct? Means total, let's say that total 8 hours is there to complete the execution. Okay. But in between of the time, leads manager, they are asking the summary report. Okay, like what is the status? Now you need to share it. Okay, what is the exact status? So in that case, you can say, you can note it down in the email like total 100 is there. Out of this 40 I have completed. Out of 40, out of 110 are failed, means I have reported a defect, and 50 is pending, which I'm going to complete in next 4 hours, something like that. Okay. But with having this no run test cases, we can't complete our testing. We can't give the sign off. We can't say like we can stop. We are stopping testing. Okay. Definitely there will be some pass or fail. Then only we need to stop. Okay, guys. So it will be in pass status or failed status. Okay. So let's say that 80 are passed. Okay. 20 is failed. Okay. And here we are having a 0 call. Okay. 0. Okay, so you can say that this is my test case summary report. Clear, everyone? Okay, so this kind of report you can prepare it and you can share across the team. Okay, along with that you can prepare a defect summary report where you can mention all those points.
What is blocked?
Block means what? Some dependency. Let's say that okay, just mute it. Just mute it. Mute it. Okay. Let's say that okay, we are having some test cases where it is okay. So let's say that here we are having 2 test cases. Okay, the first test case is that we want to verify the UI. Second test is all about clicking the currency. Okay, so here you can say that currency is not displaying. So can you go for the next test cases? Can you execute the next test cases in that case? Currency is not displaying. Okay, now your second test cases is saying verify that click on the currency should display the 3 options. So in that case, can you test the currency feature or can you execute the second test case?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, right? Because you are blocked. Can I say like that? You are blocked. Why? Because of this defect. Okay, so for this second test case, I can mention the status for now as a block. Okay, I can go for the other test cases execution. Okay, let's say that that defect is not related with the registration, okay, or the login or something. Okay, so I can continue my testing, but this specific test cases is blocked because of this defect. Yes or no? If it if it's visible, then only I can check it whether these 3 currencies option are coming or not. But the currency feature is not displaying. It means what? You are blocked. Getting it, guys? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Block means what? You can't proceed your you can't continue your testing because of the some defect. Okay, so if you are having such kind of test cases, then you can go to your what this Excel sheet, okay, or you can defect summary report where it is here, and you can mention it. Okay, some defects are there. For that I am blocked. So what is the test cases count you are having? Okay, for blocked, you can mention it if you are having. Okay, everyone. Any confusion here? Okay. So likewise, we need to prepare the test case summary report. Also, we have to prepare the defect summary report. Okay. So in the defect summary report, you need to provide all this information. Okay. Total number of the reported defect. Okay. Fixed defects, open defects. So how you can track it? Okay. So this all data actually you can put into the from the Jira tool also. Okay. Let's say that you want to see that how many total defects we have reported, how many we have completed, how many are still there. If you want to pull this data, then you can go to the Jira tool, okay, and you can track it out. So let me show you guys. Okay, so let's see that. Okay, here we are having what, some issues tab. Can you see the option issues tab, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can go here, issues tab, and here you can prepare or you can pull the result. Okay, whatever the defect status you want to get to, right? So that status you can get it, right? So for that you need to what? Okay, so once you will go into the issues tab, then use this option, go to advanced search. Okay, by default in every Jira account it's there. So select the go to advanced search. Let's open it first. Okay, so now here you can pull your results. So how you can pull it? Here you can select the project name. Okay, that's the first option, like selecting a project. Now here type. Okay, what kind of issue type you want to get it? What kind of detailed information you want to get it? Which kind of issue type result you want to get it? Okay, so I want to get my defect related status. So I can select the issue type as what, bug. Okay, that is there. Okay, now here I am having option like status. Okay, like whether it's a QA, okay, or whether it's a done status. So that details I can put it on, like done, QA, code review, dev in progress, okay, or still with the developers or UA team. I can pull all the status. Okay, guys. So let's say that you want to get only like QA related, means developers fixed related defects. So how you can get it? Which option I have to select if developers are fixing that defect? So in which column we can get it? In which status it will be there? The defect status. If developers are fixing a defect, in which status you will get?
Dev in progress.
progress.
Once they are resolving it.
Code review.
Fix.
Once they will fix it, they have to give it to the QA team, correct?
QA.
So once their developers will resolve the defect, then they will move into the QA status. Okay. So if you want to see that how many defects are fixed by the developers, then you can apply this filter. You can just select the QA. Okay. So for this defect, actually, you can perform the retesting. QA means what? QA task is pending now. Okay, it's in QA status. It means what? You have to perform a retesting. Why you need to perform a retesting? Because this is the defect. Can you see that? This is my bug. This is a defect we are having it. So for that, you can perform a retesting. If you want to see the total number of open defect, open means what? Still developers are working on it. Okay, means that defect is not available in the QA status. Still our developers are working on it. So in that case, the defect status will be in to-do column or dev in progress or code review. Okay, guys. So you have to apply this filter, and here you will get a result. All the open defect, whichever is not yet fixed by the developers. Okay, so that is we are calling it an open defect. Okay, so here you can get it. If you want to see like how many defects are retested and closed, so which status we can check? If the retest and also it's verified by the test engineer. Which status?
Done.
UAT.
Done. Okay. So remember that if it's a defect, then no need to put into the UAT. Okay, that is the one thing is there. Okay, if it's a user history, then we can move into the UAT, but it's a defect, then directly we can close it out. Okay, guys. So remember that if you want to see that how many defects we have retested and how many we have closed it, so you can just use the done and you can see the reports here. Okay, do you want me to create some defect and you want me to show? Or is that fine? All of your understanding? Guys?
No, sir, please show.
Sorry?
Show the defects, how to do it in Jira tools.
Okay, so let me create few defects. Okay, so let me create few defects. Okay, let me create from the backlog so it will be easy. Okay, don't worry, I will showcase you the sprint only. Okay, but I'm creating here. Okay, I'll create defect 1. I'm just assume that these are the different defects we are having. Okay, it may be any of the functionality which is not working. So for that we are having a defect. Okay, so let me create it. Why this? This Jira is very slow. Let me create from here directly. Okay, so let's say that total we are having some defects. So assume that some of the defects is available into this sprint. Okay, I'm just moving. Okay, and assume that okay, one defect is in backlog, means developers will work on it, but as of now they are not working. Okay, assume like this. In backlog, it means what? They can fix it in some time. They will fix it some like in coming sprint and all. Okay, and let's say that it's keeping in backlog. Now let me go to the sprint. Okay, now assume that okay, one defect. Okay, developers are like working on it. Okay, let's say that this developer this defect 1 and defect 2. Okay, developers in progress. Okay, and some defects they have fixed it and they have given to the QA team. Okay, now as a QA team you will perform a retesting, yes or no, for these two defects, this defect 1 and this defect?
Yes, sir.
We have to, correct guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now once you perform a retesting, then you can assign back to the developer. Let's say that something is not working, means that defect is still there. So again, you can assign back to the developers. Okay, but if the defect is fixed, means that defect is no longer into the application. So what you can do, you can directly close it. Okay, you can directly close the defect. Okay, in similar way, I'm doing for the same defect. Okay, so assume that okay, we have reported, we have retested the defect and also we have closed it. Okay. And let's say that here we are having some story that we have tested it. Okay, and also have moved into the QA, UAT. Okay, means what I'm saying, like this 3 feature testing we have completed it. Okay, out of these 3 features, okay, we have reported some 20 defects. Assume like this. Okay, now out of those 20, assume that 2 defects is fixed by the developer. For that we have performed the retesting and we have closed it. Okay. So now some of the defect is putting it here, like it's still there into the dev in progress or to do. Okay, but here as a QA, you have completed your task. Your task is like you have completed all the 100 test cases execution. Getting my point? Means you have completed your testing task. Now you have to give the sign off. Sign off is what? You have to inform to the team like, okay, you have done with your QA tasks. Okay, so for that we will prepare a sign off report. So the first report, like test execution report, where we can update it, how many test cases we have executed, how many are failed and all that we can update it. Second thing is like we have to update the defect summary report. Okay, like total number of defects we have reported, out of those what is the status of the all the defect. Okay, so if you want to pull that result, then you can go to the issue tab. Okay, and then you can go to the advanced search. Okay, now what is the first status as a defect summary report? What is the first status saying? What is the first status we need to report?
Total number of report defects.
Total number of reported defects, means as a QA, total how many defects we have reported. That data I want to pull it. Okay, so how we can pull it? I can select this word project name. Here I can select the status as a issue type as a word QA. Okay, and also I can select what status. Okay, status means what? How many defects total we have reported. So total, what is the column it's displaying for all the status? 5. Correct, guys?
Yes, sir.
Total how many defects we have reported? 5 defects. No matter it's in closed and all. Okay, but total as a QA we have reported 5 defects. Okay, that is the first report. Okay, so I can update it here in my sheet. Like here we are having what? Total number of defect is 5. Okay, now what is the second one? Total number of fixed and retested. Okay, retest means what? Retested and we have closed it. Okay, so if you want to pull that data, how you can pull it? How you can check it? You can select the status. So which status I have to select? Fixed and retested.
Done status.
Done? All of you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That means what? Completed. Okay. So total 2 defects we have retested and we have closed it. Done means what? Closed. Okay. So I can update the status of the defect as a 2. Okay. Total 2 is like fixed and retested. Now I want to select total number of opened defect. Means the defect is still open. Still our developers is working on it. Okay. If you want to pull that status, then which all status I have to select here? Which all check marks I have to select?
To do and dev in process.
To do.
Dev in progress.
Okay. And what about code review? Still, until it's not coming into the QA, right? That is in progress. Okay. When we will get into the QA, means what? That defect is resolved by the developer. If it's not available in the QA, means still developers are working on it. Okay. So in that case, we can select to do, dev in progress, and code review. Okay. So here total how many defects are there?
3.
3. So I can go here. I can update it. So now can you guys see the total number of reported defects? 5. Out of 5, 2 are fixed and retested. Okay, means developers have resolved it and we have performed the retesting. Okay. Now some 3 are still open. Means still developers are working on it. Clear, everyone? Okay. So this kind of report we can prepare and we can give it to our management. Okay, we can give a sign off. All of you are getting it, guys? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is what your defect summary report. That is the only task as a QA. You have to pull all the proper result, okay, proper status of the each defects, okay, and we can give the sign off. We can stop our testing. Okay, so in interview they may ask you like how you can stop your testing or when you can stop your testing. So just say that once I will complete all the test cases execution and once I will get a status for each test cases, then I can stop my testing. Okay. Now during the testing, during the giving the sign off, I will prepare one sign off report. Okay, and that sign off report I can give it to my entire team. So likewise, I can stop my testing. Okay. Now they may ask you as a part of sign off report, what kind of reports you are preparing. Okay. So that report is nothing but what? Test case summary report, defect summary report, where we can keep all this information. Getting it, guys? So these all things also you have to tell during the interviews also. Is it clear to all? Easy, right? Is it tough? Everyone, is it tough? We just need to prepare. I think you all also know, right, how to prepare a report. Let's say that we are preparing this MOM report. Okay, like after the session, we are preparing a report, we are sending it. Okay, similar way, that is our test execution report. That is our defect summary report. After completion of the testing, okay, we have to update our execution report. How many test cases we have tested, how many defects we have reported. This count data, we have to pull it. Okay, after that, we have to share across our team members. Clear, everyone? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that is what our STLC process. Okay, guys. So as a part of software testing lifecycle, what we guys are doing as a QA, we are going through the requirement. We are understanding a requirement properly. We are making a proper test planning document, so which will help our entire team member. Okay, like all those template I have shared, right? About test planning. So those all things will be prepared by leads manager. Okay. Post that as a QA, if you're a test engineer, then you can work on the test scenario preparation and the test case document preparation. Okay. For whatever requirement we have got, right? So for that, we have to prepare that scenario and test cases document. After that, okay, we have to check our system is configured or not. Why? Because before that, before testing the application, we have to check it whether we are having all the sufficient tools access or not. Okay, so before performing the actual testing, we have to do the environment setup. It means what? Checking all the tools access, software installation. Okay, everything we will check it. If everything is properly configured, then we can begin with the test case execution. So when we can start our test case execution, when our developers will give the feature into the QA environment. Okay, suppose that you can start your test case execution where you can perform all your testing activities, smoke system, whatever it is. Okay, Now during testing time, you will get a defect. So that defects you have to report to the developers. So for that, we are having a defect reporting process. Okay. Now, after completion of your test case execution, okay, you can stop your testing. Okay. Then you can prepare the test case summary report. You can prepare the defect summary report. Okay. And you can go for the test closure activities. So during this test closure time, we have to prepare all those report, and then after sending that report, we can stop our testing finally. Okay, everyone. So that is what STLC process, software testing life cycle. As a QA, this is our actual life cycle. All of you getting it? So you can
Yes,
see
sir.
that the most crucial part of your QA career, entire QA career, no matter you are having 0 year of experience or 10 years, 20 years, okay. There will be some additional tasks will be there as a management level, okay. But as a part of actual testing, that is the first thing. We have to understand the requirement. Second thing is like we have to prepare a test scenario. We have to prepare a test cases, okay. Then actual task like perform the test case execution means actual testing we have to do it, okay. We have to report a defect to the developers, okay. And after completion of executions and all, we have to give the test closure means we have to prepare a report and we have to send across all the teams. Okay. So throughout your QA career, these are the most common things we will be doing it. Okay, guys. Is it clear to all?
During the callback.
Yes,
exam.
Yes, sir.
And it's easy or tough? I think recently I've shared one placement information. Have you guys seen the question, that interview question?
Yes, sir.
It was tough.
No, sir, it was not tough.
Easy, right?
Easy, but first of all, we are right now just learning these things now.
No,
When we
that's what I'm
practice it
saying.
now,
Yes, yes.
it would be easier.
Yes, once you will get the entire concept, right, then it will be easy. Okay, but as of now, still you guys are learning. So, but whatever question is mentioned there in that what for that particular guy, okay, I think it's an easy question, correct?
Yes, the questions are easy.
Yeah, the similar way in real time also you guys will be expecting similar kind of question. Okay, there is nothing different. There will be some additional question will be there that is situational based, behavior related. We will discuss about it. Okay, but he tried as a fresher. Okay, and as a fresher level, they asked this kind of question. Getting it, guys? Okay, explain the SDLC, STLC. Okay, what is a smoke sanity? So you guys also need to prepare it properly for this all the question. Okay, and see that during the interview time you will not get a second chance. Second chance is what? Let's say that here I'm asking what is the difference between what sanity and smoke testing. Now you are reversing your answer, okay, or you are telling that as a regression testing as a part of sanity testing. Then it will be like that interview will also feel that okay, you are not having the conceptual knowledge. Okay, so don't get confused. Try to give the exact answer. What is the meaning of that particular question? Okay, let's say that smoke testing, you know that, okay, high level testing we will do, critical functionality you will do it, okay. But here you are giving answer as a regression testing, like, okay, as a part of a smoke testing, we will check the impact of the previous features and all. Definitely they will feel that, okay, that is a wrong answer. Okay, and they will feel like you don't have the testing knowledge alone. Okay, so concepts, right, try to be perfect. Okay, that is the first criteria. Okay, guys, because in interview, right, testing interview, they will not ask you any coding part. They will not ask you to write any of the programming and all. They will just ask you about the conceptual part. If this thing will happen, what you will do? Okay, if this kind of testing we are having, then how you will perform it? What is the meaning of this testing? So this kind of question you can expect during the interview. What is the agile methodology? Okay, you have to explain the entire agile workflow. Which tool you're using for the project management? Just say that Jira. That is the one answer. Simple. Getting it, everyone? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. So the main thing is
Yes,
like
sir.
concepts. Okay.
Sir, what are the tools in market to perform the performance testing or load testing?
JMeter.
Mostly Jmeter is using it.
Almost, because it's open source, okay, and it's freely available for about doing the performance, okay. But it's your company is doing the end-to-end like proper performance testing, then they will purchase the Jmeter tool also, okay, or they can go with the load runner also, okay. But if you want to learn something, then I think I have shared one URL to you guys with you guys. Remember Jmeter link? No?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How many of you have gone to that URL or that recording? Anyone is here who tried, who have watched this performance testing recording? No one? Just go through that. Okay?
That load and stress and volume testing, is it?
Yes, but I have shared one link with you guys. Have you guys gone through that? No, then go through. Okay, if you want to learn about performance, okay, it's up to you. It's optional. Okay, but if you want to learn, then if you want to know the basic, if you want to have the basic knowledge about the performance, then go through that URL and get it more, get it some information. Okay, guys, anything else? Okay, so that's all for the day. Okay, now tomorrow again we will have a separate session, like, okay, as a part of test cases development, and we are doing some of the additional tasks. Okay, we will discuss about it, and we will discuss about the defect reporting. Okay, so still we have not completed with the defect. We have just started with the defect discussion. Okay, in details. Okay, as a QA, once we will report a defect or how we are going to report a defect, that we will discuss it. But after it reporting a defects, what all activities will be there, that also we are going to discuss in detail. Okay, so for that we are having a session in coming days. Okay, guys, in detailed discussion about the defect we will have tomorrow. Okay, cool then. So that's all. See you guys tomorrow, same time.